So today's ingredients for this sandwich. This is bread made by my brother-in-law. I think he made it in a bread maker, which is fair enough, but he proved it beforehand, apparently. So you get a nice texture. It's not just a quick machine-made bread. And he's used 2 types of flour, apparently. It's a sort of wholemeal, comes something else in it as well. Yeah, very nice. Had toast this morning. So this is pure butter, and that is a mature cheddar, and that is a chutney, which, let's have a look at that. That is, they call it a Dutchy organic, well, they call it an onion marmalade, you know, in other words, it's pickle or chutney. So, and tasty as well. So that's it, that's all the ingredients for the job. So first things first, to cut a couple of decent slices of bread, and you want them not too thick, because if you do it ridiculously thick, that's too difficult to eat. But you want them just thick enough so it's a really decent doorstep sandwich. Right, to my mind, there's 2 good slices of bread. Okay, next is butter, and it's all about the taste. So this butter is not quite as spreadable as I'd like it, but let's persist anyway. We'll get there in the end. Now butter, for me, for my taste anyway, in this sandwich is what you need. Anything else like margarines and all the rest of it, don't cut it for me. The taste is all in the bread, the butter, the, you know, really nice sharp cheese, and the pickle. So you want a reasonable amount of butter, if you ask me. So see how that is now. That's a little bit better. Up to the edges is always good. And here we are, we're not too far off. This is going to be a very quick job. You might say, well, you know, it's a cheese and pickle sandwich. What's the big deal? And you're absolutely right. What it is all about the taste and the texture. And so the ingredients I'm putting in are tasty to the max and delicious to the max. So that's buttered bread. Right, now we're going to go in for the cheese. So not too thick, not too thin is how I would recommend. Might be too thick for some people, but I don't think so. I think that's okay. Look how crumbly it is. Lovely and crumbly, that. Sort of shows you how tasty it is. It's fine that it's crumbling, not a problem at all. Makes it look good, in fact, if you ask me. Right. All these little crumbs can go in as well. I think one last piece of cheese can make up a few little places in here. Now, to my mind, that is looking good. Right, now comes the chutney or pickle, or as they call it, marmalade. Same thing. Now, to my experience, you really need to have plenty of pickle on your sandwich. This is a thing that gives maximum taste, and other than that, it can be a bit dry. You might think to yourself, my God, you know, that's a bit excessive. No, it's not at all. Put plenty on. Trust me, it will really pay dividends taste-wise. tiny little bit there. Because you've got a lot of bread, you've got a lot of cheese, you need a lot of pickle. That is my take on it anyway. Okay, and finally, let's put it together, give it a good old press down, and what are we going to do? Corner to corner, half and half. Well, it's a good old doorstep, so that means it's got to be half and half. And so let's get it on a plate. But before we do so, what do you think to that? Absolutely massively tasty. Really tasty. And that is your quick cheese and pickle doorstep. So let's give it a whirl. Delicious as always. And finished off with a cup of tea. How lovely, plain and simple, and really tasty is that?